I'm Laura Cole, Escambia County's Communications Director, and today I am here with Pat Johnson, our Division Manager for Waste Services. And he's going to give us a tour, and we're going to learn all about what happens to your trash.
And we thank you for the opportunity to stop by and give us the opportunity to kind of show what we know and a little bit of what we do. Entering Perdido Landfill, and as you come into the site, you'll come to the waste station. That's our first point of contact. And as you approach the scales, you have two scales. You have a scale on the left, which is a manual scale where you have face-to-face contact with a waste station operator. Or if you have a commercial account, you'll venture off on the right side where we have an unmanned scale where you can go your transactions a lot quicker.
And can anybody come here, or do you need to be an Escambia County resident?
Anybody can come here. You come on in and you can pay cash if your commercial account would typically set up an account and you charge your fees accordingly. The whole site footprint is approximately 400 acres. The actual active footprint where we're burying our waste is approximately 150 acres. We have a warehouse building that houses a lot of our gas collection control system hardware and different piping. The building next to that, approaching our household hazardous waste facility. And this particular facility is where we bulk household hazardous waste. Throughout the year, typically spring and summer and fall, we'll have regional roundups out in the community as an outreach to help people be able to have a convenient way to dispose of household hazardous waste so we can divert it from our landfill as well. As we proceed on into the facility, over here to the right is a waste tire area. That's an area where we're permitted to accept and store up to 1,500 waste tires. Over here in front, over to our right, is a demolition concrete pile. We accept demolition concrete at no charge. This material is collected, and once a sufficient quantity is collected, we will hire a contractor to come in with a concrete crusher, and he will crush this material up, and we will beneficially reuse it as road base in our landfill. As we proceed this way into the big white tent building, it's a big fabric tent. It's got about a 15-year life. It houses approximately $5 million worth of recycling equipment. And your material that you put out on the curb for recycling, the truck will load up and he'll come in this building right here and he'll work his way to this area right here and he'll follow the spotter's directions and he will actually offload and dump this material right over here on the right onto the floor.
So what happens, sometimes people don't put the right thing in recycling versus trash. What happens if it's not correct?
It has to be hand sorted. It slows the processing line and it costs more to have to recycle. In addition, it becomes a contamination and it has to be paid to be landfill. You have to pay for that material to be landfilled. So the idea is that when you put materials, only accepted material that this material recovery is supposed to process, only put that in your can and be able to have that offloaded here and it can be processed and recycled accordingly.
And a list of accepted recyclable materials is on our website?
It can be found on our website or with ECUA. This particular area here is yard trash processing. It's where vegetation is offloaded from what's picked up off the curb in front of your home. It comes out here and it's dropped off and it's actually ground up using these machines over to your right. That material is ground up, and once it's ground up, it's beneficially reused as daily cover. Daily cover is required to cover the garbage every single day to keep down odors, to keep down nuisance, to keep down blowing plastic paper and things of that nature. So we're able to take the vegetation and we process it to be able to beneficially reuse it and recycle that. And the state does give us recycling credits for that particular material. This is our Citizens Convenience Center. So typically if you want to self-haul your waste, that's your trash, your garbage, you will come out here and the waste station staff will direct you to the CCC. And this is where you'll come to hand unload. It is very important to have you here and not at the active Class 1 landfill. It's a lot more dangerous at the active Class 1 landfills, the large trucks and large tractors in that particular area. But we have a trained spotter on duty. He's able to come out and take a look at your load. And he can once again screen that load. And then as you progress around, you have actual containers where you'll throw your household garbage and things of that nature. And at the same time, we have a household hazardous waste drop-off where you can come and you can hand drop off your waste oil, your gasoline, once again, your paint, pesticides, fluorescent bulbs, ballast, all things of that nature.
So the general public, they don't come up to this landfill for safety reasons. They drop their stuff off here.
That's correct.
So now we're really going behind the scenes.
Where we manage this particular area, we're managing contaminated groundwater in our ponds over to the right. We have a man-made wetland system whereby, for example, the facility, in the beginning of this facility in 1980 through 1990, the facility was built and constructed under certain rules that did not require a liner. That particular area actually leaked contaminated water into the groundwater, and that water is moving underneath the site, and we have recovery wells put on our property line, and we're actually taking that water and we're recovering it and we're bringing it back up to the surface. We're running it around through our wetland pond. Once it's treated in the wetland ponds, it goes back to the backside of our property and it's reintroduced back into the groundwater after it's been treated.
So is this the highest point in Escambia County?
Elevation 270 feet above sea level, the highest point in Escambia County. We are permitted to go to elevation 330, which is approximately, it will be years before we ever get to elevation 330. But as far as I understand it, that is and will be the highest point in Escambia County.
Now there was a pump back there, or there's pumps here. Is that the methane pumps?
Those are gas extraction wells that are pulling landfill gas out of the waste mass, and that raw gas is going to a plant around the corner where Gulf Power has 20-cylinder internal combustion engines running off of raw, dirty landfill gas, and they're able to turn generators producing power. And they're able to take the methane that's contained in that landfill gas, and that's what the engines actually run off of, but they're actually able to burn that raw landfill gas to enable them to produce that power. We're in a more recently filled portion of the landfill, and over to the right is our most recent active landfill cell. That is a part of the landfill where we removed old waste that was contaminating the groundwater. We removed that waste and we went in and we reconstructed and we updated that area to Subtitle D standards, meaning it has a liner, it has a leachate system, and it will have gas system in place. So we're actually recycled airspace over here to the right. You'll notice there's a couple of tractors working, and we call that our active working phase. One of the tractors has big steel wheels. He's a landfill compactor. He's one of the key pieces of equipment trying to put as much waste as we can in the smallest amount of airspace. That tractor right there, he'll put approximately 2,000 pounds of waste in 1 cubic yard of airspace. He weighs 120,000 pounds. Each wheel has 78-inch spikes on it, and his mission in life is to put as much waste as he can in the smallest hole. The landfill is located within close proximity of a wildlife area. We have a state wildlife area to our right, and from time to time, the place holds a certain amount of wildlife. And we do have a herd of deer that move in and out and about. There is a flock of eagles that come and go. We've observed turkeys. And on the very back side of our property is a nature trail, a public park open to the public.
Well, I want to thank you so much for giving us a wonderful tour that we've learned how the county reuses, how we work with our partners to recycle, and even the materials in the landfill are being reused to generate power through landfill gases. And it's enough power to generate enough electricity for 800 to 900 homes. So nothing's going unused here at Perdido Landfill. Is there anything else you would like to add?
One thing that I'd like to leave you with is that Escambia cares, and we work hard to be good stewards of our environment. It's very precious to us, the clean water and clean air, and we're going to leave it to some people, or the next generation, and we'd love to leave it better than we found it. But as we work our way through day to day, and you're really excited about recycling, please go to the website, find out the materials that are actually recyclable, and keep the contamination out of that recycle stream. That'll help that program be much more successful. And when you come out to the Escambia County Perdido landfill, you have a group of dedicated professionals that work hard to serve you. They are public servants, and we would just ask that whenever you come out, it can be a dangerous location. We just ask you just to follow the rules and regs, and we want to do our best to make your site visit easy come, easy go, easy in, and easy out. And we thank you for the opportunity to come see us.